Let's go, boys! Let's go, boys! How we feeling?
Come on!
How we feeling,
Come
baby?
on!
Mikey,
Yeah! Yeah! Hoosiers!
All right, look, we got a great show planned. We're going to do the Crawler Corner breakdown some film. We got Matt Forte stopping by the studio for a couple segments. Going to talk to Chris Fallica, our best friend of the show. We got Brock Huard coming on as well. And guys, we won a Skillet Parlay. Look at us, boys. We are hot. It all starts now on FS1. Hey, what up, everybody? Welcome in. Friday, Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. Like we talked about, man, big Friday. NFL playoffs around the corner. A lot of great guests coming on the show today. Indiana Hoosiers getting ready for a national championship.
Wow.
Also, shout out my little brother, Bo. Just had his first baby.
Hey,
cute little baby boy. Everybody's
congratulations.
Little baby bud. He watched Wake Up Barstool his first day on earth yesterday.
Wow.
What a great way to start your life. He's going to be a genius.
Yeah.
Uncle T-Bob.
Yeah, that's cool. And, well, I'll take that. Let's get to this. I was about to talk about how I'm going to go see Lord of the Rings Extended Edition in theaters tonight. I'm very excited about that. But maybe a bit more important to this show, the Indiana Hoosiers playing for a national championship in just a few days. And you boys got an exciting weekend as well. We'll get into that. But Mikey, how we feeling right now? Where's our head at?
So pumped. I'm going to be in Miami. I'm going to be at the game. Thank you to Big Cat. And it's going to be incredible. Like, if you would have told me 2 years ago that the Indiana Hoosiers, and I'd be going to the game and they'd be playing in a national championship, 15-0, I literally would have punched you square in the noggin, T-Bob.
Yeah.
Because this is a surreal...
I would have punched your nut.
I want to punch you in the nut. But this is like an out of body. I've had to like pinch myself 1,000 times. I don't even feel like it's real, but I'm going. It's going to be awesome.
It's a little interesting, Dana. I feel like for all the other matchups, he's been a bit more nervous.
I think.
I'm going to be so... Dude, it's also, first of all, last show was on a Friday, the day of the game, so I was nervous.
Yeah.
And then, but we still have 3-4 days.
Okay, so nerves aren't setting in yet.
No.
Okay.
Once after the Broncos game and Saturday night, and we're getting to Miami Sunday, that's when the nerves release.
I'm just so excited for my boy.
Yeah, dude.
This is.
Appreciate that, my guy.
My bad. Wrong. Let's do that again.
Yeah, dude.
Bang. Just so excited for my boy. Excited for all the Indiana fans. I met so many very nice Indiana fans last week at the Bears tailgate. I'm happy for every single one of them, and I hope they close this out 15. Imagine the Indiana Hoosiers 16-0.
It's insane. I mean, we already played a game on the show where we compared them, Meagan, to 2019 LSU.
Yeah, I went around the office and asked that question, and everyone in a landslide took LSU.
Yeah, I
mean.
mean,
And then hypothetically, DK made the line, and it would be -8.5 in LSU's favor.
Is that what DK said?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, I did it 4.5.
That's 7.
Either way, look, it's going to be a great game. Let's get into the game itself. And by the way, I didn't introduce everybody. I apologize. T-Bob Aber, Michael Katic, Dana Beers, Meagan Makin Money. We did win our Skillet Parlay. The money corner remains hot. We got great guests on. Good show.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Great guest on good show.
What's that?
Just everyone's names.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, I don't know. You know, people come to this show. It's a weird thing because, like, we're so all incestuous in this Barstool universe, and I don't know, like, I don't know how much the average person knows. Or if you just turn on the television, FS1, you see these guys. I mean, what do people think if they see us?
I'm wearing
like
Tim's,
nobody knows
I'm wearing
who we
Tim's.
are or why the hell we're on a national television show talking about sports.
Hi, I'm Dana Beers. I got my name because I drink beers.
Exactly. That's all. It's amazing.
Okay, fair point.
Responsibly.
Anyway, the game itself.
Yeah.
Indiana, Miami. I've been telling you, Mikey. I've been rolling with Indiana for 2 years now. Okay, I talked about the potential of Indiana even before that. I chose them to win the national championship. I am choosing them to win this game. However, I think this one could be close or will be close. I think that Miami has a few elements of their team, unlike Alabama, who was perfectly ill-suited to handling Indiana. Now, I'm a bit surprised in Oregon. I thought they would be a little closer as well. I did think Indiana would handle it, but I thought it'd be closer. But Miami, what they're strong at is perfectly suited to giving Indiana a match here.
It's a good matchup because what we are good at, they're also very good at.
Yeah.
So our run game, very good. Once we get rolling in drives, we're very good. But, and I will say, Miami's exterior DNs are probably, two of the best in the country. Their interior guys, they're good, but they are nowhere near the exterior guys. So, and I think we have two great tackles. Obviously, our interior guy, there's been some musical chairs up front, but like I say every week, it's going to be a battle in the trenches. Bob Bostad's going to get the guys ready. Pat Coogan's going to get the guys ready. He's going to ID up the defense. So I was watching film yesterday, and I noticed a lot of, so Messidor and Ruben Bain, they're in there a lot.
Yeah.
Playing most of the game. Their interior guys, they rotate, and the backups are not anywhere near what the starters are. So, we get a long drive, we sustain a long drive. They take out their starters, they rotate guys, and then I think we can just roll them. I think Fernando, go ahead.
No, go no, sorry.
I was going to say, pass game. Obviously, the Oregon game shows you how incredibly accurate Fernando is with his ball. We're going to break down a play where he's throwing it 45 yards across the field to, a perfectly open Charlie Becker. It's incredible. And then, they have incredible D linemen. But what was I saying? Oh, and our receivers, Elijah Surratt, he's getting mauled, and he just somehow catches it with his inside
all the
hand.
receivers
it's
contested catchability.
So there's a lot
Surratt,
of things.
Cooper, Becker,
Special teams is going to be important. Everything that Sig is preaching a day-to-day basis, just playing the game one play at a time. It's all going to come down to that, and I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
All right, so I want to get to maybe your insight on Sig, because as somebody who played for the man during the rise, you have the best insight of really anybody who could be on TV this morning talking about it. But here's what I'm talking about when I mean that Miami might be well suited to this Indiana team. You mentioned long drives, okay? Whenever you're trying to stop an offense that is as dialed as Indiana's, one of the best way to do that is to keep them off the field. Yeah. Well, you look right now, who's 5th and 6th in the country in time of possession? Indiana and Miami. Both average over 33 minutes a game. It's going to be a huge goal for both teams. Now, I actually think Indiana will be able to stop Miami running the ball. I believe in Cignetti's game planning ability. I think he's a bit Belichickian and like any great coach where it's like, I'm not going to let you beat me with what you want to beat me with. And Indiana's got a great run defense grade. They don't miss tackles. I think they're the top 5 in the nation in that regard. And so I expect them to kind of force Carson Beck to have to try to unlock them a little bit to get the ground game going. But certainly that's what Miami's going to do.
And what happened in the Ole Miss game? When they couldn't run the ball and they were forced to throw, so they were running the ball really well in that game. And then when they would change to just throwing the ball on 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 6, then they got out of rhythm. Carson Beck got out of rhythm. He wasn't making throws. Receivers are dropping balls. So I think that's what we see in that Ole Miss game, and that's what we're going to use to our advantage is like Sig and Coach Haynes are going to be like, okay, let's force Carson Beck to throw.
Yeah, you want to put it in Beck's hand.
Exactly. Fletcher is a great running back, and that offensive line is good at times. I was watching film on them yesterday. They're all right. But it's just going to come down to Coach Haynes taking control of the game is what I'm trying to say, and disguising their blitzes and doing all that kind of things that he's been doing all year so well. So it's and then up front, it's a huge mismatch in size-wise.
But it was against Alabama as well.
Exactly, but it's just the way we just break it down, but with some finesse and strength.
They just play with great finesse, like you said, great technique. They don't miss tackles. Everybody knows their responsibility. The side of the ball I want to look at, okay, let's say Indiana's on offense, right?
Yes.
So one way we said is to keep them off the field, but that's been on Miami's offense. What about Miami's defense against this Indiana offense? And that's what I cannot wait to see. Because how do you stop a great quarterback? It doesn't matter if it's Tom Brady, Danny. You saw it in Super Bowls, right? A 4-man pass rush.
Yeah.
Okay, well, which 4-man rush has the highest pass rush grade in the entire country and leads the country in sacks? The Miami Hurricanes. Also, if you look at Indiana, the 3 games in which they struggled this year were Penn State, Iowa, and Ohio State. In all of those games, the common denominator, under 3.5 yards a carry. Okay, well, let's look at rush defense. Penn State's in the 50s. Iowa was 17th. Ohio State was 7th. Who's 6th? Miami. So again, this is a Miami defense that is strong in the areas where they need to be strong to maybe stop this Indiana offense. So I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a battle. I think Indiana ends up getting it done, though. How do you feel about the game being in Hard Rock? What do you think the crowd's going to be like?
60-40 Indiana.
Wow.
You saw the way we traveled. It was 95-5 in Atlanta.
Yep.
And we have one of the largest, I think, top 5 largest alumni bases.
You can read, I say anywhere 1 to 3. I've read Indiana's number 1, but then Penn State fans to me like, no, we're number 1. Then Michigan's like, no, we're number 1. But
and
it's anywhere
just,
1 to 3.
It's just obvious that, Miami's a private, smaller school.
Yep.
And they have, 8,000, 16,000, I don't even know, undergrad. So obviously their alumni base is smaller, and they don't really travel well to any Miami home games in general because it's like an hour away from campus or whatever. But I think it's going to be 60-40 Indiana to Miami.
So I was thinking that too. Everyone upstairs was kind of worried about like the crowd of Miami overtaking Indiana. But in my opinion, Indiana's been saving their money for this moment.
Yes.
And they get a trip to Miami in the middle of winter. Yeah, they're going to take advantage of that. I know I would.
100%.
Well, and they're, again, with such a high volume of alumni, you have a lot of wealthy people in there. Like a lot of people can afford this trip. And they've never done it before. It's not like Alabama fans 10 years into the Saban dynasty where they're like, we'll wait or we'll go next year. No, everybody has to go to this. The one advantage I see in Hard Rock for Miami is the facilities because that is their actual home stadium. And you know this. There is a comfort level to knowing, okay, this is my locker room, my game day experience. There's routine there that coaches really like.
Yeah. But I think Indiana will be having the home locker room, so maybe Miami's used to the home locker room. But I think
that's interesting. I didn't even think about that. Is that right? Is that y'all get their home locker room?
Yeah, because we're the home team.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so they'll be in the visitors. Like every time.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's brutal then.
Yeah.
T-Bob, I don't have a dog in the fight here. I would like my buddy here and all the Indiana fans here to win, but. I'm just rooting for a good game, but if it is a closer game, let's say it's like 24-24 last 5 minutes or something, what is the most key thing for Miami to have to pull out a game like that, you think? I think
it's, well, if they manage to keep it and get there, then I think it just goes back to kind of how that to how that last game ended, where it's going to be on Carson Beck to go out there and make the plays to go win the game. Because if you've already gotten there, that means that they've likely accomplished the goals that we've talked about. Yeah. That they've run the ball well, they've controlled it, the pass rush has gotten to Mendoza, that Beck has had maybe some moments up to that, that they played mistake-free. Because, ultimately, that is also that is the main reason why I'm going with Indiana. On top of them being maybe a slightly better team in every category, it is the mistakes. Yeah. Right? You saw what Miami did against Ole Miss, how it almost cost them. And if there's one thing that Indiana does not, and I expect them to be cleaner in that, to be clear. But Indiana seemingly right now is so locked that they don't make any mistakes.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you think this is more of a game that has a potential to be close, or is there any chance this is like Indiana in a blowout?
Well, it could always be close, but then you see the last 2 games. Like I thought Alabama and Oregon were going to be close, and then you watch the first couple of drives and you're like, oh, wow, this is not going to be close.
I'm saying more likely than not that it's close, but it's with the way that Indiana's playing, it's
momentum,
not like
dude.
It's not like a guarantee
we catch momentum,
right now.
it's like you can't even stop.
Well, yeah, y'all just got to hack into their practice film.
Yeah, right. For sure.
Are we putting any stock into the narrative that Carson Beck technically was a backup for 2 national championships, and this is his opportunity to win one?
Yeah, I think. Well, I think that when I score that, I think it is a factor, not the biggest factor by any means, but certainly like someone who's been a part of a team on this stage, which I think matters in some way in terms of experience, but also he's seen how Stetson Bennett would prepare for these games, how high he was able to execute in the games. Because remember, playoff Stetson was a different animal. The dude was in the zone every time he got to the most important games in his career. So maybe there's something to be gained from that. Meagan, it is your time to shine because it's time to talk a little baseball real quick here before we get to the Crawler Corner next. Some massive news. It feels like a story that we've heard like 8,000 times before, right? Very familiar story in many ways. Check this out. A massive free agent on the market in the world of professional baseball. Who do you think signed him, guys? Kyle Tucker to the Los Angeles Dodgers, 4 years, $240 million. And to me, it's interesting because, like, it's caused a lot of hand-wringing. But as someone who, I like baseball, I want to get more into it again now that I live here. I'm really into college. I want to get more back into the pros. I have trouble working up too much emotion here because, of course, the Dodgers did this.
Yeah.
Like they do this every year. They've been doing it.
I think I'm happy for Kyle Tucker. He's a wonderful attribute on a team. He's a wonderful baseball player. And maybe, he just wants to live the rest of his days in sunny, California and
Gross.
enjoy it. But I will say, if he's gone, and that makes me sad, I will say that I am very happy about Bregman to the Cubs. Because that is the closest thing that I have to my Astros right now and to our ring. And I'm just happy that he's in the city, and I'm rooting for him wholeheartedly.
Breggs, if you're watching, I DM'd you. Respond to me, dude. I want to get.
Sorry, Dana. I know.
No, I'm more just like.
I know they took him from.
I'm more just like this state of baseball where just the Dodgers get everybody. It's sad, man.
Well, and that is the question. That is kind of the conversation. Are the Dodgers breaking baseball?
4 years, $240 million.
Can I have one?
It's not even a long contract.
I have one of
insane.
those. One of those 240s.
Oh, that's
Send one over here, man, please. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the biggest. I'm not watching every single regular season game in baseball, but it just seems like this is like when Kevin Durant joined the Warriors or something.
Yeah.
It's just super team.
Now the
Absolute
difference, maybe the difference there would be as much as that was weird because you had players taking less to be able to make it work and whatnot.
This is just money.
This is it's over $400 million in next year's payroll. I will say this though,
just look at that lineup. That's so nasty.
No, it's crazy. And it sucks.
So nasty.
Last year they should have lost or could have lost. They were so close. They were 6 inches away. And they get 2 in a row. But here's my deal. I want to be upset kind of at the core idea that somebody could stack this amount of talent versus their peers. But I can't be upset at Dodgers ownership. No. Because ultimately they're doing what every fan base would want their owners to do. Of course. They're just spinning their ass off.
Absolutely.
Yep. They're saying we're going to go all in on trying to create the best possible team to create championships.
And they win they win the World Series time after time. So yeah, they're doing something right. Obviously, if your team has this type of money, you want them to spend it. Red Sox, they're just letting guys go left and right. They don't spend a dime. I don't know.
The Red Sox have taken the Moneyball thing way too far. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I'm a classic sports fan where I love it even playing field.
Yeah, dude, I'm with you, brother.
But that again, yes, I agree. But that's that's a baseball issue, right? They set the system up like this. That's a systemic issue.
Yep.
And they got to try to solve if they even want to. It might be impossible to. Look at that, guys! Beautiful fresh snow here in Chicago. Coming up next, let's head to the film room for Katic Scrawlers. I don't know why. My brain broke. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool and FS1. It's Friday, and it's time to be joined by our very best friend, though maybe today, him and Michael Katic may be more of frenemies. It's Chris Fallica, the Bear.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Bear, what's up, baby? How we doing? Of course, those.
I'm doing good. I was just curious if Mike could just fill us in on how exactly they're doing it. Are they?
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, come on, no, get it all out, get it all off your chest.
Is it wearables during the game? Give us the secret sauce.
You guys got no more excuses. No more excuses. Oh, they must be cheating. They must be cheating.
It is pretty crazy.
They are so good. They're dominating teams by 30, 40. They must be cheating. We could have given Oregon and Alabama our whole playbook, our whole practice week of on film, our script, and they still couldn't stop us.
Yeah.
My mission, my job is accomplished here.
Bear, it is
pressing the button
crazy,
and winding you up completely at a jest and get it around.
You've rattled the cage.
The weekend is a success.
It is pretty wild, though, Bear. I mean, 4 games have had a pick in the first 2 plays. Pretty interesting.
That is free. Honestly, what are the odds of that happening? But again,
Don't worry. T-Bob already did the math.
Chad
Don't worry.
ChatGPT, our AI overlords, say the odds of that are 1 in 40 million.
Yep.
Hey, listen, man.
We're a 1 in 40 million team.
Kidding aside, though, that is unbelievable preparation and film study and getting down to the nuts and bolts. To do that and completely right out of the gate, all your preparation comes into play, and you immediately take control of the game.
This is what they do, man. This is what they do to teams. The Patriots deal with it all the time.
Well, y'all were cheating.
No.
Y'all were very demonstrably
when
cheating.
Teams are getting to the top and they're just crushing other teams. How can we tear them down?
So right.
How can we tear down these dominant programs and just find any hole that we can?
Mikey, the Patriots are the worst ally for you in this conversation.
Wrong.
Should I hop in and talk about the Astros?
No, exactly. It's the same thing. Now, actually, what I want you to hop in and talk about, and I want you and Bear to break this down. This is a big line. Here. How are y'all feeling about it? 8.5.
Bear?
I'll let Bear go first. He's the expert here.
No, hardly. I think it's too many. I really do. And I think you look at prior to the semifinal games, prior to the quarterfinal games, the look ahead would have been about 3.5 or 4. Prior to the semis, it would have been about 5.5. And now, because of what Indiana has done, it's just gotten completely out of hand. And you're looking at the similar spread that Ohio State was favored by against Miami. So I think what you see in those two dominant games against Alabama and Oregon is just added on to the narrative and the proof in the pudding that Indiana has just been a machine and a wagon to get to this point, and we'll see it by. But you know what the amazing thing is? Prior to the season, it's been a 14-point power rating swing for Indiana. Prior to the year, Miami would have been the team that was favored by about 5.5, 6 points in the game. So it just goes to show you now these preseason power ratings. You really need to be able to adjust and improvise based on roster developments and how teams ultimately play.
Yeah, and how about this the total? Because obviously, Indiana has such a high-scoring team, and the big thing T-Bob was talking about earlier was time of possession. Mm-hmm. Well, how do you think these two teams are going to get together? Do they have the chance to maybe have a shootout of some sort, or is it more kind of a defensive battle? What do you think about that 47.5?
I think it might be one of those first half unders and then game total over. And the reason I say that is I think in the first half, you're probably going to see Miami really lean on the time of possession, lean on running the ball, lean on working that play clock down, just because of Xavier Lucas being suspended for the first half of the game. Anything you can do to keep your defense off the field without one of your best cornerbacks, who's for the targeting penalty, keep him out of the play for the first half. I think that will help their defense dramatically. So I think seeing maybe a first half under, game over might be the way to go. And Meagan, I know I went on forever there. What were your thoughts on the 8.5 there?
I think we're seeing a lot of value with Miami, obviously, as you said. I mean, Indiana has been crushing people, but the recency bias, I don't think, should be bought into a national championship. Not to mention if they're getting 8.5, and since it's Miami's technically playing in Miami, if usually that's a 3-point, home swing. Mm-hmm. So technically, is Indiana getting 12.5 actually because of the home spread?
Yeah, I think they probably aren't factoring any home field here because while it is in Miami Stadium, you are looking at a 50-50 ticket split and then a lot of corporate seats. So I really don't think they're factoring in a home field per se, even though I will say, and I don't know what Mike and T-Bob think, there has to be a little bit of a benefit for the Canes, staying in your own bed for the most part, using your own facility.
That's more of what I was
life
thinking.
really hasn't changed.
Yeah, that's what we mentioned that in the first segment. I don't think crowd-wise there'll be a massive advantage, but routine and comfortability, I think, does come into play. Although Mike made a good point. It's a weird thing. Is Indiana, are they going to be in Miami's home locker rooms?
I think so. I think in the stadium, Indiana technically is going to be the home team. And I'm not sure their home locker room in that stadium is anything ridiculous, being that it is mainly the Dolphins stadium. I've never been in there, so I don't know.
Okay, that's true. And the visitor locker room's probably also decent, right? Because that is an old college football technique where you make the visitor locker room terrible.
Well,
I used to be furious before the game, Mikey, when the stalls wouldn't have doors on.
Oh, dude, 100%.
When you're trying to dub and it's open air and like I'm trying to be private in here. It made me so mad.
But I also want to say, I don't know if they'll do this. I think in the national championship, they're probably going to use the Dolphins home and away locker room. But every time that we played at a NFL stadium, they always put us in like the auxiliary.
Yeah.
It was never like the actual home team locker room. But Bear, I wanted to kind of break down, the Ole Miss Miami game. Obviously, what I was saying earlier is when Miami would run the ball, they were very efficient. And then when they would get ahead of the chains, like 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, they somehow just went to the pass, and then they would force Carson to make throws, and the receivers weren't catching balls and things like that. And then you look on the other side of the ball, the DBs were dropping so many interceptions. Like,
that was crazy.
What is your biggest concern going into this game? Because obviously, I know I'm biased, but Indiana doesn't make a lot of mistakes. We play pretty efficient ball. So, like, what is your biggest concern from a Miami fan standpoint?
My biggest concern is the ability of Mendoza, what he's done all year long, making those back shoulder throws, which are basically unguardable with the 3 wide receivers that they have. That is my biggest concern, that they get behind those secondary, they make those throw catches and really pick up chunk plays at a large percentage. That's the one thing that I don't think they can really defend. So that is my biggest concern. It's the Indiana pass game against Miami's DB. But you hit on it, and that was something that a lot of Miami fans were, the people that I kind of talked to throughout the game, were like, well, what's going on here? What's with the flea flickers and the Malacat and uncharacteristically stupid penalties that they did not commit in the first 2 rounds against Ohio State and Texas A&M. They showed up, 10 penalties, 4 drop picks, missed a field goal, tipped ball, red zone turnover, all of the things that they didn't do those 2 games, they did. And we all had flashbacks as Miami guys to the SMU game earlier in the year, because that's how they lost that game. So it was the SMU game, but they won. And in a weird way, there might be this, oh my God, we did everything we could to lose this game and we survived. And you would think, just because of like the odds and laws and regression and logic, that a lot of these things wouldn't happen on Monday night. So we'll see. But if they do that again Monday night, they're going to get blown out.
All right, Bear, speaking of concern, obviously we've watched Carson Beck play for a while. What is your level of concern with Carson Beck going into this game?
Not amazingly high. He's been great since he had the couple of terrible games against SMU and Louisville. But after that, it was almost like he accepted and understood his role in this offense was a little bit different, with the short passes, with the bubble screens. And then he took some shots downfield in the second half when he needed to, and Marion and Tony and those guys made plays. The touchdown run, there's that great shot from the lower end zone of him, and just the facial shot of him and the scream and the roar that he lets out. It was almost like it would let him release, like the end of Shawshank Redemption, where Tim Robbins, the release of the everything throughout the year. And I think he's in a great mindset right now. And look, could he make some bad throws? Could Indiana confuse him? Sure, but I'm not going in here saying, oh my God, if Carson Beck has to win the game for Miami, he can't do it at all.
All right, Bear, we can't let you go without talking some food. We got a little smash or pass.
Yes.
Quick one today, guys. Oh, smash or pass Miami edition. Let's go.
All right.
What do we got? What do we got on the docket here?
I thought you were giving me options.
We should.
Wait, hold on. No, it's
They're
coming. It's coming.
They're
It's slowing up for a second.
Okay, all right.
I'm excited.
He's like, what?
Bear's like, can I just list them off now?
I was going to say, you want to smash, if you can get into Sonny's Steakhouse, and I don't know if I'm allowed to do it, but I already did.
Yeah, do it.
Spot. Everyone knows about Joe's and such. Sonny's Steakhouse is a spot you might want to
Is that
consider
S-O
smashing.
or S-U?
S-U.
Very good question, actually, there, Mike.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Katie needs to know where
I'm
the food's
fluent
at.
in food, dude.
All right, arepas.
Oh, smash. Smash. They used to be in a arepa cart.
Have you ever had one, Dana?
I don't even know what this
There's
is.
one. There's a place near here. I think it's called like something 60 degrees south or something. Grab one from there. They're fantastic.
There you go, Dana. Dana tries.
Yep.
If you were to ask me what that is, I would say
A euro.
No, you'll love it.
It's like a corn tortilla.
Okay.
Oh, it's so good.
That's what I was going to ask.
I was
So that's
looking
a
at
corn-
the stuff on the right.
That's a
on the
corn
outside of it.
tortilla that we're looking at, and then you build the arepas.
You cut it open and you
Okay.
stuff the
Oh, it's
inside.
inside that. Oh, I'd probably love
Kind of like
this.
a pita.
Oh, it's the best.
So good. They're so good.
I mean, nah, I'm smashing.
Yeah, I mean,
Smash.
obvious smash. Duh. All right, what do we got next? Cubano.
Yes, we just had this.
Smash, easily.
One of the
smash.
best and most underrated sandwiches there possibly could
Bear,
be out
I
there.
just had my first one ever a couple of days ago, and everyone said, you got to go down to Miami. You have to. That's the home of the Cubanos.
Again, it's
But
all about
Cubano,
it's all about the
medianoche, both.
bread.
I actually did it. My wife, after she saw your video, got so hungry for one that we ended up getting some too the other day. They're so good.
So
They're the best.
good, man.
All right, smash for everybody. What do we got next? Empanada.
Oh,
I mean,
dude,
God.
these need to be like at the forefront of everything. These are so good.
Yeah, they are.
This
Smash.
is a great sweet food. You know, or like you're in a suite. No, sorry, not sweet tasting. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in a suite at a game. They stay warm well in like a buffet setting.
Yeah.
They're easy to eat on the go.
I will
Yeah.
say, T-Bob, you said sweet. Have you ever had like an empanada that's like with like apple and caramel? And
No.
the sweet
Yeah.
empanadas are also fantastic.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
And the good thing about you say you grab like one in the swing and you go back and you grab another one.
Yeah.
Because one's just gonna make you angry.
Yeah.
You just keep picking throughout the entire game. Bear, would you go sweet or savory empanada?
I'm savory first, but then sweet at the very end. Absolutely. Yeah. Totally.
You always have to have a
I like Bear's
Sweet.
style.
Perfect answer.
I like his style.
All right, what do we
gotta
got
get him
next?
on-
Anything
on the
else?
show.
Pastelito? What is pastelito?
It's a guava pastry filling, I
Oh
believe.
my God, that looks good, dude. I'm not even a sweet
Looks like
guy.
a pair of lips.
It's good. I wouldn't say smash. I like them enough, but not to smash.
Never had.
We have to get Bear on Big Boys Club.
We got to get Bear on Big Boys Club. That is true.
I even have my team jersey on here. The dark zap half zip.
Bear, are you a smash on pastelitos?
I am not smash. I'm like Team Meagan here. I like them, but it's like if I had to like you know how like to have the Mary whatever this
Yeah.
would be the one that I would kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just not a big guava person, and I don't like filled stuff like that. Like the actual like pastry part of it is
Yeah.
fantastic.
What
but it's
is
kind of like
guava?
it's like the guava fruit. Like
Fruit.
so it's all right. Well, it's like a sweet, very tropical fruit.
Gotcha.
But it's like they put like a jam of that in there, and it's not my
Gotcha.
favorite.
You've had
I want to know what all the hype is about like Cuban coffee and
Oh,
cafecito and
cafecito.
everything.
It's
because
like drugs.
everybody says it's, and I love caffeine, love uppers, and everybody says
I'm
it's
sure
supposed to
Mario
be
is on
insane.
like his 9th of the day right now at 8:45, whatever time it is.
So is cafecito though? But I like my coffee black. I
It's,
tend to not
it's
like
very
anything in
no,
it.
it's
Yes,
black.
it's-
It's completely
Oh, it is black.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought
Yeah.
they put sugar all in it. Oh, okay, dude. Can we get some cafecito here on site? Can we get some for the end of the show, guys?
Yeah, come on, guys.
Production, please.
Come on, bro.
Okay,
Carson?
they said they don't think so. All right, Bear. Hey, thank you
you,
so
Bear.
much. Love you, dog. You're the absolute
Good
best.
luck, Bear.
Hopefully I
Have
run
so
into you
much
down
fun
in
Monday.
Miami.
Yeah, I'll be around. Well, you shoot me a text or something. We're gonna have a big tailgate out there, and
Oh, nice.
we'll hopefully hook up. So yeah, good luck this weekend. Have fun, everybody, and hopefully we can talk again next week after the game.
Yes.
good luck as
Sir,
well,
always.
sir.
Thank you for the time. You're the man, dude.
Bye, Bear.
Yeah.
Have a great
you, Bear.
time.
Here's
Thank
Fallica, the Bear, our favorite, best friend of Wub, without a doubt. Been on here the most by far. We got
king.
Matt Forte coming up to kick off hour number 2 in studio. But before that, it's time to head to Meagan Makin Money's Money Corner coming up next on FS1. All right, guys, it's time. It's Friday, end of hour 1, which means it's time for some picks from our girl Meagan Makin Money. Let's head into the Money Corner.
Spin that thing.
Look at him. Yeah.
Look at all that.
Welcome back in. Welcome back in. Again, football's coming to an end, but guess what? We still got more picks, and we're going to the NFL. First up, Bills at Broncos. Obviously, Bills are down 2 wide receivers and a safety. But who do I trust more? I do trust Josh Allen more. He gets hit in the mouth, and then he comes back and plays better football. However, Bo Nix is going to have to do his best Josh Allen impression, and I like Bo Nix over 25 rushing yards. T-Bob, we've seen Bo Nix just obliterate teams with his legs.
I don't want to talk about it.
We've seen it before. So
Nobody knows the game you're referencing, but yes,
We'll be there.
I don't want to talk about it.
We'll be there.
I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, we're going to go over 25 rushing yards for our guy Bo Nix. Up next, Niners at Seahawks. Obviously, the Seahawks are the better team right now, and they have been all season. Niners are banged up, but hey, this is a divisional game. I don't think they go down without a fight. Last time these two teams played, they combined for a total of 16 points. I think it's another hard-fought defensive game, and we're going to go under 45.5.
I'm just shocked the numbers this big. Because
Yeah.
like the first game was only 30, right? It was
Yeah.
17-13.
Maybe they're thinking the Niners are just so depleted that the Seahawks will run it
Yeah,
up. I mean,
maybe
spread
so.
is 7. Up next, Houston at Dana's Patriots.
Woo!
Gonna go with a guy that I know and love, and a guy that Drake May has been gelling with really well lately, and that's Kayshon Boutte.
Where'd he go to college, Dana?
Big game Boutte. We're gonna go 3+ receptions, and hopefully, Drake May gets it to him, and that Houston defense just doesn't absolutely smother him. Last up on the docket, we're gonna go Rams at Bears. So I know it's going to be just bitter cold outside, but I think this
go.
might be our highest scoring game of the weekend potentially. I wanted to lay the 3 with the Rams, but it hasn't gotten there. It's been 3.5. But I also want to manifest a win for the city of Chicago.
I feel that.
I
that.
love when the city is buzzing, and from baristas to nail techs, from South Side to North Side, from deep dish to tavern, the entire city is going to be behind Caleb Williams, and I think it's going to be a little bit of a shootout, and we're going to get over 230+ passing yards for Mr. Caleb Williams, and that is the money corner for this Friday.
Let's go.
Let's go ahead and get into the playoffs.
Let's go, Meagan Makin Money. I still want to talk a lot more NFL playoffs, and who better to talk NFL playoffs with than Matt Forte?
Yeah.
He's had quite the football season. His Tulane Green Wave making the college football playoff. Now here, the Bears sit in the midst of a magical run. Coming up in hour number 2, we'll also get into which of the games we're most excited for. I think every single one of them is just chock full of fantastic storylines. And guys, if you're out there watching, make sure you screenshot these picks. Megan's been putting you on game all year long. This week is no different. And into the show, Ask Wub. You just get on Twitter, you use the hashtag AskWub, and we'll answer the best ones to close out the show today.
I can't wait.
Hour 1 in the books. There it is. That's bear weather, folks. Coming
Football.
up, Matt Forte.
Bear
A
down.
couple of segments. We'll see you on the other side of this break.
Football.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome in. Wake Up Barstool, hour number 2 here on FS1. And look at this. The studio just got much more stylish, much more talented, and infinitely more accomplished. As the man sitting next to me, we have Matt Forte joining the show. Louisiana's finest, slide out Lake Chuck to Tulane, and then to a Chicago Bear great.
Yep.
Matt, what's up, baby? Thank you so much for joining us this morning, man.
What's up, man? I'm so glad you said Lake Chuck, too.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, baby. I mean, if you know, you know, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
How about this? Before you get to the Bears, don't want to talk a lot of Bears here, but overall, pretty great football season for you, man. I mean, your Green Wave making the college football playoff, the Bears going on this crazy run after the 0-2 start. What's it been like kind of watching this from afar, a spectator?
It's been good, man. Having my alma mater, Tulane, do what they did under Coach Summerall, and then making the playoffs. I went there, took my whole family actually to campus for homecoming. And,
let's go.
It was an amazing game to be there and to be back home. But I grew up there. I went through college, high school, Little League, all that stuff in Louisiana. So just for the city of New Orleans, and I went through Hurricane Katrina while being down there. So just great to see the town and the city and that team, especially Tulane, the success that they're having most recently.
Yeah, and I mean, I remember I was a young freshman, 2-time Scout Team Player of the Week, not to brag, on LSU on that 2007 National Championship team, and we went and played y'all in the Superdome that year, and you tore up our ass. And that was a very good defense, and you did not have a lot of support, and you were getting at, we're like, who is this guy? Well, and then he goes on to be great in the league for a decade. Matt, let's talk about the Bears, man. And first, I want to talk about something that you were kind of alluding to coming in, where you're like, did you miss it? And you're like, yeah, absolutely. But days like this, where it's going to be crazy weather, a lot on the line. What about the weather when it comes to this game on Sunday? How much of an impact is it going to have? Is it a massive advantage, Bears? As a player, how did you approach it? How are you getting ready for a game like this?
Yeah, games like this, I always had a lot of mental preparation going into it to focus on. Obviously, as a running back, you want to hold on to the ball.
Yeah.
When it's 20 and colder, that ball, it gets hard and it's slick, and it can be difficult to just carry the ball. You see a lot of times when guys run, and that's why I didn't wear sleeves or anything like that, and put different things like guys put goops of the warm weather, Tiger Balm, and all that stuff. I'm like, man, I'm staying bare because I got to be able to make sure I hold on to the ball. Turnovers are huge in the playoff game in general, or in the game in general. So, but also the field. Soldier Field is unique. A lot of people, I don't know, it's a little bit different grass than when I played, but there's times where if you don't have the right footing, like you might be out of position to make plays or actually miss a play because of the footing out there.
Like it plays slow or fast, or you're just talking about the spikes that you have to have on?
Both. It plays slow because I've heard people come out there like, man, the grass feels so high out here. Why do y'all keep it so high? But it's been, and then when it's lower, like earlier in the year, it's a little slick. It's dew on the grass and sometimes. But it can be a challenge if you're not used to playing out there on that type of field. But I got used to it. I was like, whether it was like a muddy game, we played one game where they had to evacuate the stadium against Baltimore and then brought everybody back in like an hour and a half later. It was like a 6-hour game. Started at noon, ended at like 6:30.
Yeah.
But,
why'd they evacuate? Snow?
Weather came in.
Like a blizzard came in or something?
No,
like
it was
lightning?
like lightning.
Oh, yeah.
And it was almost like a tornado and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But man, you got to really understand the footing out there. And even in the playoffs, when it's cold, I was just talking with Matt Hasselbeck on my podcast, Sports Spectrum. And,
shout out Sports Spectrum podcast.
And we were talking about the playoff game back in 2010 where their tight ends, a few of them got knocked out of the game because from the sideline out, it was frozen. Now, the field wasn't, but, you run on the sideline. If you jump and you hit the ground, I mean.
It's like hitting concrete.
Oh, yeah, you're out.
Oh, that's crazy, dude.
Insane.
See, Bears fans, that's what you're giving up with this new stadium potentially. That's a different conversation. Let's talk about last week's game. And I'll start with the most base level conversation, which is your view of Caleb Williams. And as someone who has been in those locker rooms, who knows what it's like to feel a quarterback and the impact that they can have on a team, what's been your overall view of Caleb Williams and his growth this season?
I love it. I love his growth this season. What it shows is the receptiveness of tough coaching, really. Mm-hmm. And it's a shout out to Ben. Like, to be able to take talent within the NFL and then curate it in a way to accentuate the talents that's already there is a special art. It's a special gift. And it's hard to find coaches that can do that. I've been on plenty of teams where we had talent on every level across the board, but coaching-wise, maybe the plays weren't called in the best situation. Maybe guys weren't motivated as much by that coach or something like that, because your team does take on the mentality of your head coach too. Mm-hmm. So it's a shout out to Ben, but also look at this throw. Like,
I mean, that throw is it's one of, I think it's the throw of the NFL season.
Yeah, like people are looking and making the silhouette of almost the Jordan pose.
You saw that?
Yeah,
he needs a Jordan sponsorship like immediately.
Yeah,
he can have his own brand now. I mean, keep doing that.
I'm sorry, but you mentioned the mentality of the coach, and this is something I wanted to get to. Ben Johnson making some waves after the game, F the Packers, all that sort of stuff. I personally love it outside looking in. That's how I want my head coach approaching this. What did you think about him not just saying F the Packers, but then standing by it as well?
The standing on business. Yeah. I love that. I think, as I'm dressed a little different than you guys.
He looks very good.
I think that when things like that happen, fans all of a sudden start to put on their suit and tie and are you serious? That's so classless.
Well, especially Packers fans.
How would you say that? I'm like, guys, it's a freaking rivalry that goes back to the beginning of the NFL.
Yes.
We don't like y'all. Y'all don't like us.
Thank you.
Keep it that way.
Right.
And so Ben has fully embraced that. He's like, I coach for the Chicago Bears.
Yep.
This is my first head coaching job. I'm going to embrace the rivalry. And I'm gonna pour fire on it. I'm gonna pour fuel on the fire to make it even more. So I don't have a problem with that.
I mean, it's a man's game. You guys are out there beating each other up the whole time. If that's classy, then like, how are you not going to support your coach after watching each other just go head to head?
Right.
It's a man's game. Let a man talk.
And I'm assuming there's a lot of things being said on that field that don't get caught up by the mics.
Yeah.
So.
And a lot of those people, I feel like, that are commenting on the classless or the classy, or weren't in a locker room and didn't play in a rivalry and don't understand what goes into like playing a rival in the playoffs. Like they just don't understand.
And they're Packers fans who just want the rivalry on their terms.
Exactly.
In games like that, man, look, I'm a classy guy. You can say that.
You look very classy.
I don't really, talk
classy.
a lot of trash. I don't really, I'm going to go and show you, though.
Yeah.
So when it's a game and we're playing, especially a rivalry like that, I'm going to say respect after the game, but I'm trying to kick your ass all up and down the field. Like, I'm really trying to take your head off.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with what was said because there's been stuff when we were on the losing side a lot where we're walking out of the stadium, fans are saying stuff. And even, coaches and players have said stuff. I remember we played 2010, we beat Seattle, and then we were in the NFC Championship. And the Packers ended up winning. And I think it was the head coach at that time. He said, Sunday can't get here fast enough. Like, talking trash already. So, like, I don't have a problem with any of that because you got to back it up at some point.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Well, and there's no hiding, right? Not in this league, not in this game. When you look forward to the Rams, Matt, what do you think is most concerning about them specifically as it pertains to where the Bears' strengths are?
Yeah, high-powered offense. Obviously, Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams being able to come back, and then Matt Stafford. He played for a long time. I actually played against him, which shows you how crazy that is. And he's played at Soldier Field a lot, so this is nothing new. Even though he's been in LA, this is nothing new for him to come out here in the wintertime and play. So high-powered offense against our defense, who hasn't been getting a lot of pass rush, you can say, more consistently. I think Dennis Allen has been trying to manufacture pass rush in certain ways. Losing Edwards last week was not good as well. So, I mean, but guys have stepped up. That shows you the depth of the team, too, that they've been able to step up in those positions. But that is concerning. But then their defense is good, too, though. Like, let's not,
Verse, Fisk, like they got a line.
Yeah.
They got a line.
I was going to ask kind of, as an offensive player your entire career, looking at the offensive side of the ball here, what do they have to do in these weather conditions? What's like the one key thing for the Bears offense to really take this thing down and beat the Rams?
Yeah, this is my and it's not just because I play running back, but it's running the ball, controlling the clock, especially when it's super cold like this. You don't know, it might be snowing and tough to throw the ball in weather like that, but consistency on that, on getting them third and medium, third and manageable, so that the conversions can be, 60-70% or more when it comes to third down conversions and sustaining drives, into the red zone where you're getting points.
Well, and it's interesting as well now. It's almost like, because third and manageable is like staying on schedule is always important, right? Like Indiana, #1 in the country, average third down distance, 5.1 yards, right? Like that's one of the reasons why that offense hums. But especially now, in this day and age where a guy like Ben Johnson will go for it a lot, like it becomes even more important because then the playbook just remains so open. And speaking of that playbook, Matt, the rushing attack for the Bears. I mean, it feels like a lot of people's kind of flashpoint on when they started to be like, okay, maybe this Bears team is what they did to the Eagles, where they just ran it down their throats, right? And they've been a consistently great running team all year long. In your view, well, I guess two things. First, how nice is that to see in this modern age? But secondly, is that more Ben Johnson's scheme? Is it more of just like having great players, great O-line? Like, how have they been able to run the ball so effectively?
Yeah, football is that ultimate team sport where it does take everybody. I mean, you could have myself, Adrian Peterson, and Beast Mode all on the same team. If the guys up front don't do their job, we're going to struggle. But I think it's a mixture of everybody where they, shout out to Ryan Poles, being able to manufacture the offensive line in a way that they're doing what they need to do, but also finding a gym in Kyle Monungai to be able to come in.
Jeez.
Because, previous year you saw DeAndre Swift, people are kind of, oh, man, he's not what we thought he was going to be and hasn't produced in the way that we thought as a free agent signing was going to come in. And then, boom, he's making those explosive plays this year and doing it all over the field. So being able to do that, but then at the same time, Ben Johnson's angles are, and you know this as a former offensive
crazy.
lineman.
He sets them up.
Having angles really helps you out to make the blocks. And as a running back, when you start seeing the game, how I started to see it when you're in third, fourth, fifth year in the league, you see these angles, and I'm like, I already know I'm cutting back on this one.
Yep.
And I'm like setting up your block, and I'm looking like this at the same time, ready to just hit the backside and take it to the house.
Is that a feel thing, or is that at that point do you have so much experience that it's almost operating on like a subconscious level?
Yeah,
when you're making those reads.
It's definitely a feel thing. Like naturally, you have good vision as a running back. Like you have to. You have to know the concept of the running play, but at the same time, you have to allow yourself to set up other guys' blocks. And you stand there.
I would have loved blocking.
I mean, bro, great running back. It's so friendly to no linemen because they're going to make you right.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you just get your body in the way,
look good,
and they're going to make you look good. Matt, going back down memory lane, what's your favorite Bears memory, or just one? What's something that stands out in your mind over the years?
Man, it's always Soldier Field. That place there, I know it was rocking last week. It's going to be crazy this week.
Yeah.
And just being there. But then there was one game, I think it was opening day against the Colts, and it was Andrew Luck's rookie opening debut and all that. We ended up beating them, but my parents, for some reason, I got the comp tickets, and they were sitting in the front row in the end zone. And I'm like, I got to score because they're sitting right there. So I end up scoring like in the third quarter or in the second half. And I go, and my dad played at Tulane as well, played defensive line at Tulane in the 70s. And he never got to play pro, but it was almost vicariously he was living through me in that, and I got to hand him the ball like on the front row. I've never,
That just gave me chills. That's so sweet.
When I scored touchdowns, I never danced and like did all the stuff to like pay attention to me because I know it takes everybody to do that, and to hand him the ball was like really cool. So that moment is always
awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's incredible.
I wish I could do something cool like that once in my life.
I mean, I don't know if we can be as cool as Matt. He's got the Sports Spectrum podcast. You have your own clothing line?
Yeah,
the Workhorse clothing brand?
Workhorse clothing, my name, Workhorse, when I was here, and athletic clothes, but some stylish stuff too.
Man, we should have dressed up today. We should have dressed up.
I know, dude. You've
We
written
look
a
like
book
bums.
as well? Stay in
Stay in the game, making the most of every season. Had a memoir come out, so I've been just doing a lot of stuff this year. And the Bears are winning, so it's been good.
Hell yeah, man.
Do you have a big and tall section?
I got some big stuff, some extra double
Big
X,
boys club.
3X stuff.
Okay.
All right, look, we got Matt still in studio coming up next. So let's explore some of the other NFL playoff games coming up this weekend. That's Bear Weather, boys. Don't go anywhere. Wake Up Barstool continues next on FS1. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool FS1. Good ball security, Mikey. That's a good sign for
Ball's
Monday.
the program. Ball's the program.
Good sign for Monday. Okay.
6 points of contact.
I still want to. When did High and Tight? I feel like that was around the Like growing up, I feel like it was always here, and then I remember Tiki Barber was the first one they made a big deal of when he's fixing his fumble problem.
It's even harder now because everybody's peanut punching the ball out.
Yeah.
He's doing clinics.
When you get through contact,
Get
through contact, you put that other arm
They're
over the
really
top.
winding up now.
So I remember Peanut was famous for it, but like, is that a move that's kind of attributed to him?
Oh yeah,
in
absolutely.
NFL circles.
He definitely invented the peanut punch. You never saw dudes doing that until he started doing it. Actually, at ULL, he was doing that. And
I forgot he was
Raging
a UL
Cajun.
guy, dude. That's right.
I mean, he had
My
like
stomping
8
grounds.
forced fumbles his senior year, something like that. And it was like, wait, what's this guy doing? And that was all, when he came in, Lovie Smith, that's what all they would do is we take the ball away, ball away. And I mean, he was the best at it. Actually helped me because going against him every day, I was like, I gotta be able to hold on to the ball.
Security. Yeah.
Well, he's trying to. Now, did y'all like in practice? Were there specific punching drills, or was it just during team, and everything?
They did it all the time.
Okay.
No matter what. So you could be in 7-on-7, you could be in walkthrough, and he's gonna punch at the ball, and he's just so accurate with it. Like it's crazy. If you watch it in slow motion, he's I'm like, I can't even do that. And I'm like,
How do you do that?
And now you see guys all around the league doing it. There were a couple last weekend even. All right, let's get into some of these other playoff games then. And I want to get your opinion on it because you know much more than we do. Let's start with Texans-Patriots. Dana's a masshole. He's a Patriots fan. I hate that they're somehow good again. I feel like it's Rise of Skywalker. Somehow Palpatine returned.
Not fair.
But that Texans defense, man. I mean, that was a statement last week. What are you thinking here? Are the Patriots schedule merchants?
It's hard to win in Gillette Stadium, but I'm gonna rock with the Texans because of that defense.
It's all right.
Defense is.
Thought I liked you, but
key in
whatever.
I did it on purpose, but I just they got a young quarterback out there, and if the Texans defense gets after him like they have gotten after everybody else, it may be a long day for him.
It's a scary defense. You saw they had 2 touchdowns last week. They get after the quarterback so quick, and they're just so physical. And when you have 2 DNs like that, it's gonna luckily the Patriots have an athletic enough quarterback where he can get out of the pocket and stretch plays, but they are intimidating, and I'm definitely a little worried.
Yeah, and the thing about the Texans is it's not as much scheme too. It's just having dudes, intimidating.
They have dudes.
Now, what about and you're gonna have to rely on Will Campbell. LSU guy, that's why you picked him.
He's the
right?
best.
He said he'd die on that field for Drake May.
He didn't have the best week last week.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying.
He admitted it. He stepped up and said, I had a bad week this week, but I'm still gonna lay my life on the line.
Could you imagine being a rookie and it's like, oh, hey, here's Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter in a playoff game? Good God, man.
Good luck.
Let's talk running back pass pro for a second, Matt.
I wanted to,
Okay, well, you go ahead then, Mike.
Well, no, I was going to say, it always fired an offensive line up when a running back stuck his head under the chin of a blitzing linebacker. How much pride did you take in that? And, were you in the offensive line meetings? Were you hanging out with the offensive line outside to build that chemistry? What kind of went into that?
Yeah, absolutely. My best friends on the team were offensive linemen.
Yes, I would have loved you, dude.
Good man.
Matter of fact, Kyle Long called me the other day because he's coming into the game for the first time since he's retired. And
no way.
he saw me as an extension of them.
Yeah.
I was in their meetings, and because I wanted to know exactly what they know, when the defense is in this look and when they're blitzing and everything, where do I fit because we got to work together.
Yeah.
They're doing A gap and they're doing blitz cross, or they're doing double A gap mugs and stuff. We need to be all on the same page. So, but I'm going in there because at the same time, my mentality was as a running back when it comes to picking up the blitz. When I got the ball, I'm not directly looking at you when you're coming to tackle me, unless you're a guy I'm going against. Yeah. And so they're taking shots. They're going to hit you hard, even if you're going down. So this is my time to, switch it up, cut you, take your knees out because they're going to go low on you and everything too. So it was my time to get my lick back on them.
I love that.
Looking at the other games, we got Bills, Broncos, and Broncos kind of weird. The 1 seed, we haven't talked about it much. 1 seeds kind of sometimes get lost in the sauce during the bye week there. Sean Payton, I was kind of shocked to realize this, trying to become the first NFL coach in history to win a Super Bowl with 2 different teams. Nobody's ever done it. Reed got close. Nobody's ever done it. But then you look at this Bills team, and it's just all about Josh Allen. No Mahomes. Everybody's out the way. Can Allen get it done? They got to go on the road. Do you think the Broncos hold serve here at Mile High?
I do. For some reason, all the name, household name quarterbacks are getting taken down, and not just because of that, but everything relies on Josh in this on that Bills team. So that defense of I talk about defense a lot, but honestly, that's the key to being a successful team when it comes to the playoffs. It's running the ball and having a crazy defense.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I remember teams where we had the Urlachers, the Briggs, the Peanut Tillmans, and our offense was very mediocre.
Right.
But we would go deep. We went deep in the playoffs. But the Denver Broncos defense and the combination of Bo Nix and having Sean Payton is obviously a luxury for that.
Katic and I will be in the house tomorrow. Very excited to see that atmosphere. I heard the stadium is awesome, and I've also heard that they have a very, very important home field advantage too. So.
Plus, Baldy said it was really tough to play there.
Did you
because
ever
of
play
altitude.
Mile High?
Yeah.
Is it?
Played there a
Can
few
you
times.
can you feel like? Do you feel that elevation? Baldinger said you did. I know maybe it could vary guy to guy.
It was hard for me to tell because I was always breathing hard.
Brother, you're talking to three guys that breathe hard if we walk down the hallway.
I had a donut the other day. I was breathing hard.
I would tell people like running back is different, man. I was always gassed, and I was just, man, preparing myself out there. You do come to that elevation training sometimes. They had those masks that came out at one point, but nothing really can prepare you for that out there. It's hard. It's hard in general.
All right, Matt. So, like we said, Bears, Rams, Sunday, freezing cold weather. Let's say hypothetically that Arnold Schwarzenegger wanted to pump up the team. What do you think that could potentially sound like?
Oh man, what would that sound like? It would be. I know he would do the bear down chant, or maybe let's do Ben's.
Okay, yeah.
Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good gets better and your better gets best. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bears! Bears!
Let's go,
Get to the chopper!
Wait,
Oh yeah, that was fantastic.
real quick here. Niners, Seahawks. Give me a winner.
Let's go Seahawks.
Okay.
All right.
There you go, dude. Hey, shout out to Matt Forte, absolute legend, dude. Sports Spectrum podcast. Go check out Stay in the Game, the wonderful new memoir that he's written. And again, if you're trying to look as good as a guy looks,
Oh, yeah, we
there's
need
the work.
Thanks, man. Just
brand,
do a
dude.
single shot of him. Don't put it.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in, man.
This is awesome.
Legendary, man. Another bucket list career moment for all of us. Matt Forte.
So sick.
Coming up next, we got Brock Huard coming on. He's going to talk some Seattle. We'll get into that game a bit more. Don't go in here. More Wake Up Barstool. Tomorrow on Fox, after dethroning the defending champs, Christian McCaffrey leads the Niners to get Sam Darnold and the top-seeded Seahawks. The Divisional Round playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, only on Fox. Can't wait for that game, guys.
Why are you
So
talking
unprofessional
during-
talking during the promo.
Mocking me during a
How
Fox
unprofessional
promo.
was that?
What are we doing?
Grow up, man.
Why?
Grow up.
You know what's funny about this?
Jeez, man.
I see what's going on here. Y'all think y'all are slick. I know for a fact the producers just got in y'all's ears.
No.
And you little meat puppets.
at all.
You little meat
I
puppet
have an
children.
eye. I have an
you
eye.
just listen to what the producers
I
told
have
you
an
to
eye.
attack
I am a
me.
meat puppet.
I have an eye for unprofessional.
Yeah, Matt and Jeremy just have their hands jammed so far up
me.
you that they're just working you like this.
Excuse me. I have an eye for unprofessionalism.
Katic?
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Katic.
Exactly. Tim's on the table.
I'm a me puppet.
I'm a meat puppet.
Tim,
All right, guys, Brock Huard.
What's up, guys? Welcome back.
Host of Brock and Salk, 7:10 a.m. in Seattle. We've talked to him plenty here. Wake Up Barstool, good friend of the show. It's time to talk some Seahawks, maybe a little Huskies as well.
Look at that
Brock,
sweater.
look at that sweater.
That's
My
fire,
God, that
dude.
thing is nice, dude.
That is
Brock,
fire.
hey, how we
you
feeling,
like
bro? Playoff weekend, how we feeling? Rubber match. I'm excited.
Look at me. How am I feeling? Look at me.
Hell yeah,
Look at
dude.
this. That's 80s Seahawks stuff right there. That's how
dude.
good I'm feeling.
Okay, I have many questions. All right. First, though, let's start with some of the most basic. What is the health of Sam Darnold right now?
Yeah, I think he's okay. You know, it was a little fluky. I'd say fluky more than anything else. This team is so healthy, especially compared to the boys in the Bay.
Yeah.
You know, so a left oblique, right? Like, is a thrower for Sam, it's actually kind of a big deal because that's kind of your decelerating side for him as a righty. I was a lefty. So I don't love that. I know what's at stake here. I know that he said there's a near 0% chance he's not playing. I know there could be a little shot of something in there to make you feel pretty good too.
Bang.
Yeah. You can get one of those. So I know all of those things. He's going to play. My concern is he's been so healthy all year. I hope that Toradol or whatever, the easement of pain doesn't affect this because this is going to have to be super sound tomorrow night.
Well, and I want to get into the Seahawks as a whole because I really want to talk about the defense, but I have one more on Darnold very quickly here. I was kind of shocked, and maybe you can provide some explanation here. Number 1 in QBR through the first 11 weeks of the season, 27th in the ensuing time. What have you seen that's maybe led to that fall off, and are you how concerning is that going into this game?
Yeah, a lot of that was so the first 11 weeks was building up to that Rams game, right, where they were 7-2 in the first Rams game. And he throws 4 of the most hellacious picks that he threw all season long. He just got sped up. It was just out of whack. As Joel Klatt said on our show this week, he's like that old game show where the whammies come out. Like, no whammy, no whammy. And I thought that was pretty good. That's a pretty good analogy because he got whammied a bunch down there in LA. So that really affects the number. Since then, he's thrown, 7 picks since then over that stretch. So that's calmed down. 2 of those were also against the Rams. So 6 of his picks this year, almost half of them have been against that one scheme, that one defense that is a little problematic for him. They've also gone to the run, boys. He was a much more volume guy early. It was a lot of JSN. It was a lot of pass. It was a lot of throw. They still, on the course of the season, have run it more than they've thrown it. And that's really accelerated here down the stretch, which, frankly, I don't mind. I mean, that's championship football. Is this defense has gotten just nastier and nastier and nastier, and gotten teams off the field. They've stayed on the field. They've possessed the ball. And it's just, it's kind of that old school complimentary. We call it complete football. It's that complete football they're playing and why they're the number 1 seed playing this thing at home tomorrow night.
Listen, I didn't play college football. I was never a football guy. I was more of a basketball guy. But correct me if I'm wrong, my football brethren. A week off has to do wonders for your body. Has to do wonders for the mental.
Yeah, dude.
And on the other side of the ball here, the Niners are just beat up like no other team in the league. So, Brock, I wanted to ask just kind of the importance of a week off and going against a team that is beat up. How much of a impact do you think the health of these teams will have tomorrow? To the basketball side of it, it'd be like, I'm sure, you love shooting, right? I got daughters that play, one's at Oklahoma State, and she's on that shooting gun all the time. She likes to stay in rhythm. So QBs don't necessarily, especially when your body feels good, don't necessarily love a week off.
Yeah.
Right? They just kind of, the timing and receivers. But them big boys, like dudes sitting next to you.
Love it. True. Got to get off the knees for a little bit, dude.
Them big boys that just sacrifice and pound and put their body on the line. I don't know if you've noticed who's done a lot of the talking this week, like Juwan Jennings and Bama Lenore and, those guys on the perimeter. Not in the pit, man. Right. Those guys in the pit, they don't do the talking. And that's where the biggest advantage to me in this game is. Like Purdy scares me, McCaffrey scares me, Juszczyk, Juwan Jennings, they're good. Shanahan's good. They shut him down 2 weeks ago. I don't think they do that again. I don't think they totally shut him down. But where the Seahawks have the biggest advantage is they're ready to eat up front. O-line, D-line, those guys, all that talking. Y'all want to do all that talking? Come on here to the pit where I feel good, and the other guy doesn't feel too good.
The trenches.
Brock, I wanted to ask my former teammate at Indiana, AJ Barner, doesn't get a lot of talk, but he has developed so much this year as a run blocker, as a catching tight end. I mean, what have you seen from him and his development as he went into year 2 this year?
Yeah, he's a dog, man. Yeah. He is. And that jumped out. I got, I obviously was there, I played there. Our show covers the Seahawks. We're the flagship of them. So really my whole life, I mean, I'm wearing this. This was like Chuck Knox in the 80s. I watched that 83 playoff game in Miami. And, I grew up with this. It's in my blood. So, I don't even pretend to be a journalist. I'm a fan.
Hell yeah.
So, and I'm rooting for these guys. So I got a lot of folks over there. And when they drafted AJ, they liked him. He was about, one of 3 guys kind of in that range in the draft that it was like, okay, we'll go here, we'll go here, we'll go here. Wherever we got to pivot, these are 3 guys we like in this range. He got there, and literally that first off season, one of my boys was like, this dude's wired different now. Yeah. Like he's a dog. Like he does not back down. No. And kind of showed that last year and had a great rookie year and is really, to your point, quietly had one of the better tight end seasons and touchdowns and yards and productivity. And that dude won't back down tomorrow night. I know that.
Love it.
Well, and speaking of being a fan, Brock, the Seattle fans, I'm so happy for them. Like, one of the more legendary fan bases in the NFL. When I first started in this industry, 2013, covering the Saints, they had two matchups, including that playoff game, where they had to go to Seattle, and it was just the most raucous, intense, one of the most intimidating environments that you could imagine. And now you have a fan base that, because of COVID, well, you haven't had one of these home games in the playoffs with fans since 2016. This is a thirsty fan base after wandering the desert for a decade now, Brock. What do you think that environment's going to be like come game time?
Look at you getting little hairs on my arms.
Yeah,
right there. Look at you. Yeah. That was a monsoon, that divisional round game against the Saints, man. That thing was nasty. It was close. Even onside kick late, if my memory serves me right, for the Saints. This is the first time, even go roll it back further than that you've hosted this round. And it's been since the Super Bowl years where the playoffs have run through Seattle. So 05, 13, 14, 3 times you've been the number 1 seed. 3 times you've gone to the Super Bowl. Because to your point, man, it's intimidating. It's loud. Like, the noise doesn't escape. I know you boys are football fans, and you can think of Husky Stadium, right? And when you think of Husky Stadium and you've watched games, those cantilevered stands, those really distinct stands, right? So Paul Allen, former owner, rest in peace, he grew up going to Husky games with his pops, and he sat in the end zone, and he would look back at that, and obviously a brilliant guy too. And so when he built what is now Lumen Field, he was like, I want that same cantilevered, I want that sound to not leave. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, and it doesn't leave. And because of it, you feel it. It's just oppressive to that opponent the whole game. So when you fly in, and if you ever fly into Seattle, the track is usually right over both the baseball and football stadium. And when you fly over the top of it, you see it. You don't see it from the shots on TV because they're rounded, right? Like, it's not as distinct. It's not as sharp, right? They're just kind of folded in, but it's the same concept, man. And that sound is deafening. I played a playoff game in Arrowhead. Well, I watched Peyton play. Let me be clear. So I was at Arrowhead, Husky Stadium, the Dome down in New Orleans rocks. I've been in a lot of places, but there's not many quite like Arrowhead. To me, is the only thing that compares, especially in playoff time, to just how overwhelming that sound can be.
That seems to be the kind of consensus opinion amongst the NFL vets. I want to talk about Mike Macdonald's defense, because what I love in this playoff is we have 2 teams where I think the defense really stands above the rest, and that's the Texans and that's the Seahawks. However, they're doing it in different ways. And with Macdonald, you were talking about a literal scheme genius. And they have guys. Like, they absolutely have guys who have to have guys, right? I know that. Yeah. But I look at that last Niners matchup. You shut them down. Every single snap was either in nickel or dime, despite the fact that, like, the Niners want to go big. They want to try. What is Macdonald doing? How is he able to use these traditionally lighter personnel packages and yet still be able to just shut down every single offense that he's squaring up with?
Yeah, you were no lineman, right, back in the day?
Yes, sir.
My memory serves me right. Were you a center or guard?
Both. Started all 3,
Yep, there you go, inside guy. So you know this, like, if your 5 can't block those 4, it doesn't matter. Like, it just really, it's going to be a long, long day. I don't know in your life experience who the nastiest front 4 you ever tried to block, but after a series or 2, you're just like,
it's a bad feeling.
It's a bad feeling. This really, really sucks. No matter what we call, no matter what we do, if that most basic math equation, right, and those 4 guys impact those 5, then it's really, really difficult. And that's what happened. Look at all these highlights right here. What do you see? Not only were they in nickel T-ball, they're rushing 4 guys the whole game. Yeah, they don't have to pressure. They don't have to blitz. And then you've got this creature. You got this creature out there by the name of Meagan Makin. And, much like Kyle Hamilton, and you saw when Kyle went out of that game, they would have beat the Steelers. They'd maybe be still in this divisional round if that dude didn't go out of that Baltimore defense, because he is to Baltimore what Meagan Makin has become to these Seahawks. It allows you to play nickel. And it's a guy that's 6'3", 220 pounds, jumps 45 inches, runs 4'4", closes so much space.
No.
I mean, there's just not many of those humans that walk planet Earth that can play that position. And then he's got the acumen and the football mind over the course of the year through experience to be like, okay, yeah, we're going to disguise this. Okay, we're going to do this. Okay, I got that. I can cover tight ends. I can cover fullbacks. I can cover McCaffrey as best as anybody in the league can in space. So, yeah, you got a bunch of elements that no matter how cute Kyle's play sheet is and how many things he wants to get to, if we can't block those 4 guys, it's going to be a long night.
Brock, moving into the college world, my Indiana Hoosiers are taking on the Hurricanes on Monday night. Obviously, the last 2 weeks, Indiana has absolutely dominated every facet of the game. What does Miami have to do? What does Indiana have to do to win this game? What's your analysis on it? Give me it.
Yeah. When is that game? 3 weeks? When are they playing the
I know. It's crazy, Brock. It's crazy. It's really dumb. Like, exceedingly dumb.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Let's just call, I mean, it's ridiculous, right? Like, why are you even messing around with the NFL?
I have no idea.
Like, they got 40 million watching. It just and it sucks because this is, like one of the greatest stories in the history of college athletics. What Kurt has done there in your town. I was in Bloomington a lot when I was out on the road and did a ton of games there. And you could feel it percolating at times. Tom and Kevin and those guys, it percolated, but it never just exploded like this. Yeah. So what do they got to do, man? They just got to be who they are. Yeah. Like, this is not they got to not be overwhelmed by the moment. They got to just be who you are. Yep. Bunch of grown, grown bleeping dogs, a bunch of grown men. That guy right there leads them. They stay in the moment. Now for Miami, honestly, it's much more about Miami than Indiana. Indiana plays their game, they win, period, end of story. And I think they will. Miami's got to get their dudes back. I don't even know who's available. So good thing for Mario is they do have this 13-day layoff that for Hurricane fans, it's in their place. Hopefully they get some of their dudes back. They got to do, what others haven't done. And I think they've got some capabilities to keep this close. I don't think this will be a blowout. They can play it like Ohio State did in the Big Ten title game where they slow the game down. They minimize possessions. They've got that really good front. Kind of like I was just talking about with the 4 beating 5. They're capable of doing that. Now, can they do it for 60 minutes against those grown men? That's going to be a real challenge for them.
Brock, I'm going to take my hat off for this because I want to be respectful.
Nice.
I want to apologize on the behalf of my.
What you say about me?
I want to apologize on behalf of my. On behalf of my.
Size, what?
No. You're a very good-looking man. On behalf of my LSU Tigers. We were not trying to play home record. Okay, we wanted a quarterback. Maybe we don't have a lot of morals. That's fair. I accept that, okay? Yes. And we went after Damon. All's well that ends well. Y'all still got him. How are we cool? Are the Huskies and Damon cool? What's the story?
Who knows? Who knows anything about college football, really? Like, seriously. Now, that was pretty... I didn't even put that on LSU, T-Bomb, honestly. Like, that's the game. That's the game.
Yeah, that is
and you can hate the game, you can hate the player, you can hate all of it if you want, and it's maddening. But like, that's the game. It's too bad for Damon, man. And it was quite a life lesson because he's the one to me that looks the worst. Like Lane, LSU, you got what you got. Like, all right. It's like a character in Landman. Like, all right, that's that character. Like that's what we got. That's what we're dealing with. But for Damon, for having to go back in that locker room and some of these boosters that are paying, like, you're gonna have to win back, man. He's gonna have to gain a lot of equity. You're gonna have to win it back. And there's nothing he can say, right? It's just doing the things that as you guys, former players, like you got to do to serve. You got to do to love on your brother. You got to do to suck it up. You got to do to be tough. You got to do to be generous, right? With what you have, like, you got to win it back. And that's, going to be a many month-long process. And for some, especially in the community and the Tyee members and the donors, like, that's probably the hardest bridge to build back, but he's got to do it.
Yeah. Well, look, the great part about sports is, like, ultimately you control your own destiny, right? You go out, you do the right things, you play well, you win, and people will embrace you once again.
That's right. That's right.
Brock, can't thank you enough, man. Brock Huard, Brock and Salk, 7:10 a.m. in Seattle. Just thank you so much, man. The insight is always fantastic. Best of luck to the Seahawks, dude. Let's go,
Appreciate it, brother.
Let's go. Let's win. Let's see you guys. Are you out in Santa Clara? You guys taking the show on the road? We're going to see you at the Super Bowl?
No, Wake Up's not getting to go. But there'll be a lot of Barstool. Y'all are going to be there.
I'll be there
for a day.
Oh, yeah.
These
see you
two
out
will
there.
be there. So hopefully we'll get to see you, Brock. Thank you so much, man.
You got it, boys. Be well.
There he is, Brock Huard, legend. All right, coming up next, we got Ask Wub, and with our, you can go to Twitter, #AskWub, we'll answer the best questions. And it's time for another Skillet Special Parlay, fresh off of a Skillet Special win. Dana Beers remain red hot. More Wake Up next. What's happening? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. It's time for another Skillet Special Parlay. Not to brag, guys. Not to brag. Skillet hit last week, plus 1,200.
Yep.
Meaning, you have played the Skillet Special every week. You're now officially up. That's what I'm talking about. So
You're
let's
welcome.
go way up here. Look at that, 1263.
Should put 100,000 on it.
By the way, Dana's NBA picks just remain
Crush it.
Watch ball, I know ball. Okay? It's
Professor
as simple
Beers.
as that.
Oh, God, did you hear Jeremy, or is that only in my ear?
That was only in your
I
ear.
probably know what he said. I know what he's
Dana said, I watch ball, and then he said, just can't play ball, apparently. For those who don't know, the
Come on.
Barstool
Juggernauts.
men's league team, the Juggernauts, remain an abject disaster.
Don't you dare put it up there.
Maybe we need to get that box score, guys. Anyway,
Don't you dare.
Megan, what's your pick?
I'm going to go with the Texans +3. I agree with Matt. I just think that defense is absolutely nasty. As long as C.J. Stroud doesn't absolutely crumble, I think that they can hang in with the number. And then that way Dana, his Pats can still win, but I'll cover the 3.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Good, I'm glad.
Pats.
Listen.
I can't handle Patriot Dave on Monday. I'm going to see Dave sad for once. Not really, boss. I love you. Thank you for the job. I wanted you to be very happy.
Stock down, T-Bob.
That's every Monday.
The Clippers tonight are going to Toronto to play the Raptors. The Raptors are actually the dogs at home because the Clippers have been hot lately. But Toronto, weirdly, an awesome home court advantage.
Is Kawhi playing?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Kawhi going back to Toronto.
I said yes. I don't actually.
Why wouldn't
but I
he be?
assume it would be plus.
Kawhi, wouldn't he be? Yeah.
I would assume they would be.
It's the NBA, and Kawhi Leonard doesn't play a lot.
He doesn't play a lot. But he's been awesome this
I
year.
did like Kawhi, wouldn't he be?
And there would be no reason for them to be favored if he wasn't playing. But either way, give me the Raps
Does
plus
Toronto
105.
like Kawhi?
Yeah, he got him a ship.
No, that's what I'm saying. But like, I didn't know it was because he just like came and left. Like, I didn't know what
they
their
like him.
feelings on
They
it.
got him a
Okay.
championship.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? I'm taking the Bills plus 1.5 because I want the Bills and Pats to win so that me and Dana can go to Boston next week. Boston. Bing bong.
You're going to be so surprised when Foxborough's not even close to Boston.
Okay, well, we're going to Foxborough.
Isn't Bing Bong a New York thing?
I don't know.
It is.
It is.
Wow, way to go, Mikey. I'm taking one from Megan's from the money corner. Again, this maybe it's too obvious of a play, but look, 17-13 game 1, was it 13-3 game 2? Like this, when the Niners and Seahawks get together this year, it's been a defensive battle. I don't know that I see the world in which there's no George Kittle. Sam Darnold's kind of hurt. Like I don't know that I see the world where suddenly the scoring explodes.
Yeah.
Especially in that stadium where defense is going to reign supreme. So yeah, give me Niners Seahawks under the 44.5.
Legion of Boom.
Look at that. Even bigger juice. Plus 1,400.
14 to 1.
We got big guts. Trust the guts.
Trust the
Yeah,
we
we
do.
got
Yeah,
big guts.
big intuitive guts.
Trust the guts.
Come see
not
the guts
me.
out in
But
Denver.
We will
The live bet lads are going to Denver.
We'll be in Denver tomorrow. We'll be at the tailgate. We'll be at the game. We'll be all over your feeds. Let's go.
Ask Wub, could T-Bob get off the line on Katic? I'm unk now, dude. I'm about to be 37 in a month. I don't know that I have it like that.
Oh, what
anymore.
happened in the sumo? You guys can all check out the sumo where I absolutely destroyed a T-Bobby.
That's, God dang it, that's unfortunately true.
You destroyed him?
Whatever. Terrible Ask Wub question, Connor. You're never allowed back. I'm just
got
kidding.
12 years on
Continue
him,
to
though.
Ask Wub. What's next?
For real.
Hashtag Ask Wub. Elite gas station snack lineup, says Philip.
Jack legs.
Where am I? Am I here? Or am I back in Louisiana?
Anyway.
I'm gonna get a pepper jack stuffed boudin ball.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get probably a fountain Coke and lots of ice, and then I need something sweet, so maybe like the sweet and salty Chex Mix.
They don't know nothing about a pepper jack stuffed boudin ball dipped in like some sweet and sour Asian sauce.
You guys ever see like the trucker that he's like, you got soft head, bro? No. This is his gas station lineup. Jack legs.
I'm
Gummy bears, peanut butter cracker. You don't got no roller dogs.
I'm gonna get myself some Frito twists. I'm gonna get myself a DC. What you know about a DC?
DC.
Diet Coke.
Oh, wow.
Because it's zero
A round of
calories.
DC for the boys.
Dude, I've been smashing diet
Yeah.
soda lately.
You know
It's
what
like I never had it before 36.
You know, I've been crushing weirdly Mentos.
I love Mentos.
That is weird.
The fruit
That is
Mentos.
weird.
The fruit.
Dana, those are elite.
fresh
They're so
maker?
chewy. They're
fruit
so
Mentos.
good.
What happened to Mentos commercials? It used to be a huge deal growing up.
Fruit Mentos, man.
Hey, Katic, get it together. We're almost done.
I'm a loser. I like peanut butter
Great
crackers.
mood, man.
All right, what's next?
You like peanut butter crackers?
Yeah, I like peanut butter crackers. What's next? Ask Wub.
We got another?
This comes from the dad.
Hi, Dana.
Hi, Dana. Big fan of your podcast. Haven't missed an episode. What would be the football equivalent to the 999 challenge in baseball?
Why are they asking me? I didn't play football, but thank you for the question.
What?
Well, okay, let's see. So
Quarter?
it's 9 innings, 9 innings, 4 quarters. Yeah,
Should it be-
9
It's
innings.
9
4
innings.
quarters.
2, 4, 6, 8. You could do it 8, 8, 8.
Yeah,
4
yeah,
quarters,
2 per.
40 hot dogs, 40 beers.
There's an average, I think, of like 10 possessions.
I
if
would
you wanted to
say
go
4
per
quarters. 4. Yeah, I don't know.
40 beers. 40 beers. 4 quarters,
40
40
beers, 40 hot dogs.
Very
Push the
doable.
limits.
Very doable.
Push the limits. All right, guys, another great week. Can't wait for next week. Coming up next Friday, 100 show. Be on the
100
lookout.
show special.
More Wake Up Barstool with Dave Portnoy coming up Monday. This is Wake Up. See you.
Roller dogs.
Nope.